Well, at a flea market yesterday, I picked up a whole great big bunch of records, including a couple of these hits of the week. These Durium records. Literally, you cut these out of a magazine, or was it a newspaper? I forget which. And they really should only be played on a machine with a sapphire stylus today, or laser, or however they do it. Steel needles can eat these things up, and they're irreplaceable. They came out in 1932. I believe they were only made for about a year, something like that. I probably have 40 or 50 of them, but I have an electric machine here that was provided by Rick. He knows who he is. Another viewer on the channel. And it works good for stuff like this. Really, I got this for the home recordings, which I have not yet had a chance to do anything with. But since this machine is here in the big shop, and so are the records, I will try this one. They're usually a little bit warped because remember, these are cardboard, or rather paper backed with Durium material for the record itself. Very, very, very thin. So they're always going to be a little bit floppy. Let's see if I can do this without skipping.
This is the new Durium record, playing for the first time 5 minutes of continuous quality music, almost twice the playing time of the average record.
I'll have to get to that newsstand. Hit of the week. And I'll tell you who that is in just a second. Once we have secured that. Sam Lennon, in case there was any doubt. Pardon me, pretty baby. Sam Lennon's orchestra. I guess you got these at your newsstand once a week. You went down there and I don't know what they cost, a dime, a nickel, a penny, who knows. But they were an inexpensive way to get a record. Yeah, they wouldn't last for a lifetime, maybe. Well, I guess I should take that back because these things have lasted multiple lifetimes by now, but I'm sure they just haven't been used very much. I probably scored about somewhere between 50 and 70 records yesterday. Kind of a surprise. It wasn't an old home where I usually find stuff like this. You know, typical late 60s, early 70s home, and lots of LPs and CDs and that sort of, even cassettes. But in the basement, which was fully finished, so not a damp dungeon, I found a couple of totes full of mostly LPs, and in with them were these. And I guess about 3/4 of these are correct for the Victrola era, you know, before 1935. And a handful of Columbia Red labels and, you know, stuff like that. And later RCAs from the 40s and 50s. Not that many, though. Most of these are older. A couple of albums. We have some of the very late vinyl records. But that is the hit of the week. I don't play these on the channel very often because they should be played in an electric machine. A lot of these won't even play on a steel needle anymore, even if they did originally. Needles might dig in, might cause damage. So I've just been putting these aside. I probably have 40 or 50 of these hits of the week. And I'll put these with those when I remember where I put them. So that's the story of the hit of the week record.